Hi, I'm David Brock, the DB in DB Rock Productions. And if you're a pastor, an evangelist, or teacher, this is for you. I want to give you some examples of how I can help you get your messages into the ears and especially the hearts of more people. I know just about every church is broadcasting the video of their services online, and I love that. I think it's awesome, a great resource for people. But let's face it, it's not perfect. Low Wi-Fi signal, slow internet service, any number of things can happen without warning to interrupt the stream. And of course, that's going to ruin the message for anyone watching. And then what happens when social media platforms declare the gospel is hate speech that goes against their community standards and decide to ban it completely from their platforms? That's why I think having audio versions of your sermons on your website is an awesome resource and pretty much a necessity nowadays. People can download them, they can listen in their vehicles or while they're taking a walk, pretty much anything they're doing where they might not be able to watch a video. That's where I come in. I can maximize that audio so no matter what device they're listening on, they'll be able to hear it clearly. Let me give you some examples of that. This is audio from a church I currently work with, and I haven't done anything to it. This is exactly the way that they record it and the way that I receive it. Give it a listen, but let me warn you, don't turn up your volume, okay? Trust me on this.
Jesus says, blessed are those folks who give out mercy. I want to tell you, that's hard to do. Watch this. When Jesus says to do that, and when we do that, guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
I love this pastor. He has such a passion for God's word, and he has such a dynamic delivery. So what they do is keep the recorder input low so the audio doesn't distort when he gets louder. But then that makes it hard to hear when he gets quiet. You can boost the audio, but just doing that won't really help. Here it is simply turned up, and I've added just a little bit of equalization to it.
Jesus says, blessed are those folks who give out mercy. I want to tell you, that's hard to do. Watch this. When Jesus says to do that, and when we do that, guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
Okay, you can tell it's louder now, but the quiet parts are still really quiet. So what I can do is level it out, and then you'll be able to tell the difference between the louder parts and the quieter parts isn't as drastic.
Jesus says, blessed are those folks who give out mercy. I want to tell you, that's hard to do. Watch this. When Jesus says to do that, and when we do that, guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
Notice it doesn't kill the dynamics of the message. The quiet parts are still there, but they're easier to hear. You might have noticed, though, that it brought out something else, hiss, and that was recorded along with the main audio. There are a lot of things that cause hiss, and we're not going to worry about what causes it right now. The fact is, it's there. But even if it is, it doesn't have to stay. Take a listen to this.
Jesus says, blessed are those folks who give out mercy. I want to tell you, that's hard to do. Watch this. When Jesus says to do that, and when we do that, guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
Now that's much better. You may notice I didn't remove all of it, and that's because it would have started to affect the pastor's audio. Now, if you would prefer to have it all gone, it can certainly be done. But what it'll do is cause the main audio to sound hollow and can give it kind of a washy science fiction effect. A little hiss can be less distracting, and you can definitely hear a drastic difference between this.
Guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
And this.
Guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
So now the audio has been leveled and the hiss is reduced. I'm going to add one more step and I'm going to master it to make sure the sermon can be heard clearly on a computer or a smartphone, a tablet, MP3 player, wherever. Here's the final version.
Jesus says, blessed are those folks who give out mercy. I want to tell you, that's hard to do. Watch this. When Jesus says to do that, and when we do that, guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
And there you have it. The message has gone from this.
Guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
To this.
Guess what we get more and more of from Jesus? Mercy.
I would love to do that for your church or ministry. So how much does it cost? Well, I want to help you reach more people with the gospel. That's my heart. So I'll work with you. Let's talk about it. There's no obligation, and I promise I'm not trying to get your contact information. I don't do that. You can email me, davidb@dbrockproductions.com. That's davidb@dbrockproductions.com. Or you can give me a call at 903-636-3270. 903-636-3270. And let's tell more people about Jesus. Time's running out. They need to hear. And speaking of time, thanks for letting me have a few minutes of yours. I'm David, and I really look forward to talking to you.